Right, we're recording. So if any of your team that can't get on this for any particular reason wants to listen to this, then I will make this available in the group later tonight. So good to see everybody again. I know there's a few friendly faces on this call that were in Vegas with us, and there's a few that couldn't for differing reasons as well. So what we wanted to do tonight is not regurgitate the training, because you're never going to get that full feeling. What we want to do is just give a little bit of experience from my point of view, a realization that I had, and I'm sure Stephen and Sean were the same as well. But more importantly, listen to the people that went. So tonight you're gonna hear from Laura. I'm not sure if Benji's back from the DA yet, so they're going to give you their perspective. Gup's going to give you an overview of his. Gup, was it your third time at GTC? Second time at GTC, and Jane, who was also a newcomer to GTC. Jane Wilson's going to give you her overview and tell you why she was voted the most valuable player with her performance as well. And then Stephen and Sean are going to give a bit of a roundup at the end and let you know what this actually means moving forward. So from my point of view, whilst we've all been doing this business for varying amounts of time, it's 2.5 years for me now, and it was my third GTC. One of the things that I've realised over the last year is that I've just not been taking this as seriously and as professionally as I should have been, and that's something I've been extremely guilty of. We get on the Zoom calls, we all meet up, we have a laugh, and it's created a really, really happy, friendly culture. But has it created any professionalism within this business? So that's something I really want to get back to. I want to get back structured, and I know that's going to benefit everybody with the leaders within our team adopting that kind of approach. So with that in mind, we're gonna move away from the Kirklands for region training. We're going to revert back to Normanton Golf Club, where it's a much nicer, much more professional venue. I'm finding out tomorrow from them whether the Wednesday is available for the first Wednesday in May. It may well be that we start at 8 o'clock, because there is a group that are in there until just after 7 o'clock. I'll keep you posted on that as soon as I know. My experience with Vegas, it just totally and utterly blew me away. The standard of the production was just world class. It gets better and better every year. I see that how the company's moving in the right direction, and I'm just so wary that it's going to create hundreds of successful people who move forward with it. It's the people that just stand still and hope they get dragged along, that it's not going to benefit. That's the main thing I took away from this. The company's going, I need to go with it, and I need to take the people with me that are wanting to embrace it in that same way as well. Enough about me, enough about my experiences. I'm going to pass over to Laura and let Laura talk about how she found her first experience at GTC. So I'm just going to unmute you, Laura. Okay, and you're back. We can hear from you.
Evening, guys. Before I start, I just want to say how grateful I am for Arbon. Not just for me and Benji, but for Samuel. Samuel is being brought up with a second family. I can't believe how much he's changed from this week. He's a totally different baby, and I think that is because of spending time with so many different people. Me and Benji's been joking, while we were at Vegas, that next year, oh, here he is.
Hi, guys.
Next year when we go, we won't see Samuel, because he's gonna know everybody. He's gonna go off, isn't he?
3 babysitters, yeah.
Yeah. I knew that Arbon was a family orientated business, but I never knew really until we got to GTC. There were so many families and so many babies there that I don't know why we were worried about taking him.
No, it was very child friendly, wasn't it?
Do you know, like when you take babies somewhere or a child and they start crying or they're quite vocal, which Samuel is, nobody looked around at you to say, will you shut that baby up? Everybody were just like making him laugh or taking him offers. Like I know when I go to work on Thursday, my boss isn't going to come over and take him off me and say, Laura, go and have 5 minutes. He's going to probably look at me to say, why have you brought your child into work? It's not like that. What else was I going to say? While we were there, if if you didn't want to be in the arena, you could go to a family room. They provided like high chairs and cots. I do believe that like next year they should have like a few toys or whatever to keep the babies entertained. But I didn't have to do that really, because I just walked around with Samuel around the arena, so I could still get the vibe. I could still hear the trainers. I could still be with everybody. And while he slept, I left him in a corner and went to go and see it, because he was safe as well, weren't I?
Yeah, brilliant.
And one of the things that I did take away is that mine and Benji's vision isn't big enough. Our affirmation around our house just says that it's the 30th of April and we're brand new area managers. That's not big enough. We spoke to somebody and they want to take all their nation on a private jet to Vegas. That's their vision. Ours is not enough.
Yeah, we just need to stretch ourselves and just...
Because we know by then we're going to be area managers.
Yeah.
So
the goal's nation, but we're just setting our goals, you know, our immediate goals just a little bit shorter than we should do. Just, yeah, we do want to get to area, but the ultimate goal is nation, so we should be plastering that around, focusing on like the outcome, and then, you know, we'll do the activity, you know, that's required to get to that goal, just because we're focusing on the outcome. So everybody knows what we need to do. So yeah, just what I'd say, just like rethink your goals and redo your affirmations and your vision boards as well, and just literally plaster it everywhere. So every time we've done our goals and set them everywhere, I know Laura thinks it's a bit untidy, but like when we were just plodding along and we were just really trying to get to district manager, which, you know, it's everybody, you know, should be a district manager. It's achievable. But the biggest shift for us was when we literally started like visualizing it and posting it on our windows, on our mirrors, you know, little post-it notes or a whiteboard pen on the mirror. You know, when we started doing that, that's when things started to shift, because we were seeing it all the time. And I think before Vegas, we just fell into a trap that our main goal was just focusing on area. But, you know, initially the goal is for everybody to become a nation. And that's the goal we should be putting out there, with little goals in between, such as area. Where else are you up to?
And I didn't realise for my first time there how big and amazing Arbonne is. Like, we was in the lift going to one of the trainings, and this lady grabbed Benji's lanyard and said, "I'm your gran." And we both like looked at each other and were like, "What?" And apparently it was Aldis Loreno.
Yeah, Aldis Loreno.
Who is like the first...
I think she introduced Sue Cassidy, who introduced the first person into the UK. So, and she was just so down to earth. So this lady, I didn't know her, but she's like, whatever wide she is as a nation, she's just a normal person. And she was just in the lift with us. And she was just like giving us little pointers, and she was just a genuine person. This multi-millionaire, and, you know, we just put these people on a pedestal, and she was just a genuine person. It was just surreal for me, because where we were in the signature, there were a lot of MVPs, and, you know, they're just normal people that are just doing what we're doing, and I don't know, it just took my belief to a whole new level.
Yeah.
If they can do it, just a genuine person, then anybody in this group can. What else have we covered? I'm sorry I'm late.
It's all right. I've just done Samuel.
All right, okay. So yeah, GTC for me, where like it was just off the scale. I was in Littleborough doing a DA tonight, and there were literally like 10 people there, but it felt like we were back in Vegas, just because they'd been watching us and they were just so excited. And the guests were in there, they're joining the business just because we were literally talking about Vegas. We weren't even really touching on the compensation plan, or we told them about what they can earn, and that they get to go to Vegas and be trained by multi-millionaires, and that were enough. So the people that were there, they just, when I think Vegas is like, it's changed me, like, in the way I talk. You know, it's not just Halifax now; it is a global opportunity. So, what's your time frame anyway?
Don't know.
Yeah, that's too right, Benji, and I know. When we've always said it, it's not how well you can master the presentation and how concise you are that you know who Kay Napier or Kay Zanotti is. It's about the passion and the excitement. People are going to join your business because you're talking with that enthusiasm. You could be talking Arabic, but if you're saying it exciting, people want to get involved in this. So Yeah, loved that, and it's been a tough day today. I've missed DJ today.
No,
Yeah,
he kept
it's
up
missed me too as
for
well.
3 hours.
Yeah.
He had a cup of tea and biscuits in bed because
You
he's
were
in
asking
Vegas
about you.
time.
Yeah. No, that was great. Really appreciate that. Thanks again for that. I'm going to pass over to Gup now, so it'll just be 10 seconds while I mute you guys and unmute Gup. Okay, Gup.
Nice one. Cheers, Andy. Evening, guys. Yeah, my experience of GC this year was probably, well, it was obviously a lot different to last year. So just to touch on my first year, which was 2015, I wasn't prepared for the sheer scale of GTC. So last year it was a massive, like, wow factor. This business is massive. It's, you know, it's a serious global business that I didn't actually appreciate. Nonetheless, I turned up this year. I already knew the size of the arena. I knew how many people were going to be there and how slick the conference are. I know the caliber of training that's going to be available. But it was still a shock, like how elaborate and slick and exciting. They really create an exciting atmosphere in the arena. It's sounds cliche, but it is unparalleled to anything else that I've experienced. I've been to concerts, music concerts, and all that kind of thing, but this is just different. And again, without sounding cliche, you have to go to experience it. Me, Benji, Laura, and Sean staying on this Zoom call can't possibly kind of explain in enough words the feeling you get when you walk in and the mass, you know, the big buzz and excitement that's in there. So I'd rather touch on what I learned from it and what I got from it. I was thinking about this earlier, and I think last year, I don't think I was mentally prepared for GTC. And what I mean by that is, I'd been in business about 18 months, and I thought, right, I'm going to go to GTC. I want to be region. I need to go. Everyone says I haven't. So I went last year, and I got so much information from so many MVPs, EMVPs, that I came back and I was like, right, this is it. I'm going to go region in 3 months. I'm going to implement all these things. But actually, there's probably too much for me to take in. And I was too sort of overwhelmed by all the information and the spectacle of what the conference was. So this year, I've kind of focused a little bit more on what I really wanted to get out of it. So all the excitement and everything wasn't there as much for me because I already knew what to expect. So I could actually listen to all the speakers and actually really decipher what I needed to get from it, from me personally. So there's a few notes that I took that really resonated with me, and I think it may resonate with most of you on this call, if not all of you. So yeah, the biggest thing that I got from it was that I need to get my ask in gear. That's ASK, not ASS. So I need to get my ask into gear. So the team that you've got right now is a team that you have asked for. The number one reason why people join any network marketing business is not for time freedom or financial freedom. It's because someone actually asked them. That's the number one reason why people join a network marketing business. So the team that you've got, or the PCs that you've got, are the ones that you've asked for. And I know for a fact I've not asked enough people to be able to have business that I want. Like Benji and Laura, you know, my affirmations and vision board wasn't big enough. So yeah, if I want a nation, I need to ask for a nation team that I've got now. I love my team and everyone in it is brilliant. They're all working as hard as I can. But in order for me to progress to the next level of management, whether it's area, region or nation, I need to ask as many people as I can. So that was the biggest sort of reality check for me. And what I found at GTC was it's not necessarily the information that you get, because you can go to ASE, you can go to region training, and you get the same things sort of said by different people. But it's the caliber of people speaking and how it's delivered really kind of, for me, was just worth the money anyway. Andy and Steve could probably say to me as much as say as much as they want. You need to ask, you need to ask, you need to ask. But how it was delivered is just unbelievable. So for me, anybody wanting to go to GTC next year and thinking, well, they're just going to say the same things, you need to go, because how the people sort of put the information across is just awesome. And it really sort of stuck with me. The other thing that I wanted to take from it was, this is something that I didn't actually pick up in the conference. So this is another thing, talk to people by the pool, in the bars or whatever. It doesn't actually matter. I need to phrase this carefully, because we get a lot of leaders talking about different systems and things. And I think they're brilliant for helping to coach and guide new consultants and sort of teaching the kind of activities that you need to do. Whether it's 2 product parties a month or 5 calls every day, all that kind of thing. And it's totally relevant and it all works. But actually, all you need to do is just get your butts out there. Ask as many people to try the products. Ask as many people for one-to-ones. And the numbers will work for you. And somebody put it really well when the MVPs, we've got a rucksack full of gold on us backs. And we get paid every single time we share that gold with anybody. And the gold is the Arbonne business. It can pay us massive amounts of money or a little bit of money. It all depends on your own personal ambition. But for some reason, I don't know, in me particular, instead of sort of embracing that and sharing that gold with everybody, almost kind of weighs me down a little bit, because sometimes, what's people going to say? I don't want to nag them, all that kind of thing. Just get out there and just do it. There's nothing stopping us. We've got the same products as the EMVPs. We've got the same compensation plan as the EMVPs. They've just asked more people than us and not been bothered about what reception they get from the other person. So that's what I got from GTC. So hopefully it's not, I'm not going on too long over time, Andy.
No, that's perfect, mate. That was absolutely superb. And you did really bring back memories for me there. And I know one of the like really little analogies that I took away from it that just works perfectly was when someone said, if in the arena of 16,200 people, there's one person sat in here that's got $100,000 in cash, how many people would you ask? And they were going to give you it if you asked them for it. How many people would you ask? You'd ask every single one until you found it. Whereas in this business, we might ask 18, 20 people and they say no, and we get disillusioned and think, is this working? Treat it like that analogy and just keep asking people until that one person just will propel you just to different levels within this business. It was perfect, mate. You summed it up really well then. And yeah, the speakers were just on a completely different level. So awesome, mate. Thanks very much. I'm going to pass on to Jane now, and she's going to give her thoughts on this previous week. Just one moment. What's under Jane? Jane, you can't unmute yourself, can you? There you go. Okay, Jane.
Okay. Give me 1 minute, mate. Obviously, I'm not Jane. She's just saying bye. Bye.
Oh, she had a product party tonight.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hi, Jane. Over to you.
Hello. Hi. Whoa, what a crazy night. Right. Hi, everybody. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm suffering from withdrawal symptoms here. I don't know why we're not all in the centrifuge. What's going on? Anyway, I'm afraid I'm reading because I haven't had a chance to sort of remember this and such like. But I've ushered one party guest out so far. I do have another one still here, so excuse me if I'm sort of looking backwards and forwards, but Rob will probably take over here. Whoever didn't make Vegas really needs to go because it is an amazing experience. It's unmissable. It's imperative for consultants to go, and it makes no difference whether you've had your business for 4 weeks, 4 years, or 40 years. You've got to go. The speakers just come out with absolute golden gems, and they share tips with advice, and the emotion that they speak with just gets into your heart, and you just absolutely buzz after you've been here. You understand it so much better. You have to experience it to know what I'm talking about, but it's just completely different from what you'll expect. I was kind of excited before we went, but didn't really have any idea quite what to expect. And I didn't really understand why everybody was jumping up and down with excitement. And I thought, it's a little bit American, is this? You know, all the whooping and shouting and banging and clapping. And I thought, oh, you know, I'll go and I'll just sort of smile sweetly at everybody, but I probably won't really be part of it. But, you know, they talk about this kind of secret society do call the White Party, and you think, what the hell's all that about? But, you know, within a few minutes of being there and just seeing the start, you can see the professionalism of the whole outfit. And it's just so exciting, and it really gets in your heart. And everybody bounces around, they leap and shout and dance. And you find you're doing exactly the same thing yourself because you're just swept up with it. I see that I don't have a lot longer, sorry. You hear the speakers over 3 days, and they cover such a huge range of topics. They talk about how to improve yourself as, you know, a person. They talk about the newly launched lines, which there are every year, the art of sponsorship, the best use of technology. They cover so many topics. It's hugely helpful. And they all speak, of course, with passion, conviction, and there's a lot of humor there as well. So as well as sort of feeling tearful when you get so wound up with the pride in the company, you're laughing as well. So that kind of relieves things a bit. But you're hugely proud of this company. It offers a fantastic way of meeting other consultants at different levels from different countries, and everybody, you're knocked out by how friendly everybody is. You get in the lift, somebody's got a bag, you say, hey, you're from Arbonne, and woo, you're best friends before you get out of the lift on the next floor. It's brilliant. You get into the centrifuge, which is now known as Andy's Bar, quite officially. That's what it is. Have I? Sorry, am I talking too fast? And wherever you are, whoever you talk to, everybody's so friendly. They're willing to give you tips and advice wherever you go. Just so happy to talk to you. It's just amazing. But it's not all conference. When you get there, if you go for the full week, you've probably got 3 or 4 days holiday first. So you're chilling by the pool. There are some fantastic shows to go on, superb restaurants, fantastic rides that I didn't go on, but other people do who are braver than I am. And you've got to go down to Fremont Street. It is so wacky. You've got to go at night time. You've got to go at the weekend. And I mean, you're just laughing the whole time. It's just so ridiculous. It's out of this world, and you'll love it. And if you go on the zip wire, I'll give you a huge clap because I daren't get up there. So as consultants, it's not just a good idea, it's vital to go to GTC. You are encouraged to become the best version of yourselves. You've got to give confidently the Arbonne gift as it is. It was described as a gold bag that you have on your bag, and it's on your back. It's totally that, because what we can give other people is the opportunity to change their lives. We've seen people who have come from nothing and then are multimillionaires. It's just incredible. And they do so much good in the world with the charities and things they set up. It is just incredible. So, sorry, I've gone way off my notes. What you have to do is be the best version of yourself so that you can show other people how to be the best version of themselves so they can help others, etc., etc., etc. And it's a huge gift to give. And you can you can encourage people to reach their dreams. And what could be better than that? Than somebody you know who has an ordinary average life, perfectly happy, but you can give them something that will enable them to absolutely just go way beyond their dreams, create something amazing for themselves, their families, their friends, and then give to whatever their favorite charity is, make a big, big difference in the world. We can all do it. We know, we've heard. So the only way to get to that level is to go to GTC, because it changes you from the light of understanding in your head, which is logic, into the fire in your heart that is a passion. And suddenly, bang, it clicks. So you've got to go. The end.
That was outstanding, Jane. Thank you very, very much. I'm just going to unmute Stephen and Sean. I won't be a moment. because I am aware we're close for time. Steve, Sean, we've got 4 minutes. Do you want to end it and then jump straight back on?
Yeah, well, we can wrap this up. So yeah, GTC for me, I'll just run through these quick. Notice what I've put down. 3 years for me. This is my 3rd year, and by far one of the most unbelievable experiences I've been to. I always think that it's never going to be as good as the last one, but it was phenomenal. For me, the social, the fun, and the dynamic bonding between team as a team. You know, like 20 odders there, about 25. Were just unreal. We had stag do's, we had nights out, we had theatres, we had all sorts, meals. You know, we all went to trainings, we all sat together. That was phenomenal for me. You know, getting bigger, stronger bonds with existing team. I always feel like I come back from GTC 10 foot tall, like Sarah Dunning says, but I feel like I've come back 20 foot tall this time. I got some good points about where people join people, not businesses, and people will leave businesses but not people. I forgot what trainer said it in one of VP trainings, and that's quite good. It's all about building rapport and bonds with people. So going to GTC is strengthening your foundations of your team. That's why it's important to get there with a team. Vegas pours belief into you. I mean, I've never believed as much in Arbonne as I've ever done anyway, but I feel like I've just started again this week, which is crazy. Going to be a £1 billion company before 2020, which is a good thing to know when you're involved. So ride wave at momentum. Even if you want a GTC, there's loads of images out there, loads of stuff what's going all over Facebook. So it's good to like show other people, even if you didn't come this time. Things that are coming up quickly, I'll just run through these. More professional page, like Andy mentioned before. Got loads of new good ideas. Me and Sean are working on a new dynamic presentation. We're psychologists, so that's going to be launched soon, which is coming soon very quick. So the DA will be quick, sharper, more visual. Obviously New Zealand in June. We're going to go through all this at Region Training. Taiwan, we're going to do some weekly audios, what we're putting together. Monthly socials of at summer where we'll, have a few days. We'll have an Andy's beer crawl and training, some garden parties, which we're planning in, me, Andy and Sean. And I'm going to set up a savings club for GTC 2017, which will be imperative to get involved in. So it's not a big thing when it comes to go. So it'll be pennies. Eric Worre said, I'll just finish. He said, it's always important, the most important thing in your business to get to big events, because all the top income earners always go to the big events. So keep that in mind when you're in Savings Club, building a team, getting to Vegas with a team. So I'll put you on to Sean just to wrap up.
Evening, guys. So I've not got long to wrap this up, but essentially what's happened is GTC, it was all about future. You might have seen some of the stuff that's been released, and you've just got to know that you're in the right hands with this company right now. There are other network marketing companies, but I tell you something, there are none that are moving at the scale of Arbonne. There are none that are developing the products just like Arbonne are doing. We are years and years and years ahead of every other company. We're doing things properly. This GTC clarified that. Absolutely. Your belief in this business, once you come back, but moving forward, coming from us, should be that you are in a place of pure drive. There's something that's going huge. Like Stephen just said, a company that's going to be $1 billion company that you're going to be a part of, that you're going to have shares in, that you're going to be able to create an income. And this is not just about you. And we hear this all the time, but really, what is it about now? Taking yourself, just detaching yourself a little bit away from it and knowing the bigger picture, knowing the size of Arbonne and knowing what we're going to achieve, because we've all come together here at GTC. We've all joined, we've all come back as better relationships, and we've all come back with big belief. The date's out for next year. It's the 20th of April. We're looking at flights. We're looking at booking it and getting it done already, because there is no doubt that when you go to this event, that you come back with a belief, but with confidence in yourself, in the business. It's not just about you. It's about what is Arbonne and the size of it. And believe me, it is absolutely gigantic. And I tell you now, 36 years in, they've not even warmed up yet. The right place, the right time. This is it. It's right